Kids are ridiculously good at learning, especially when they're teens and toddlers. Now, all kids are literal sponges, but there's something about these two phases of life that really stand out, and it's brain plasticity. In fact, some scientists call early childhood and adolescence the twin peaks of plasticity. All kids already have higher plasticity than all adults, not because they want to or try harder, but because their brains are literally and physically structured to soak up information from the environment. The more, the better. They have more synapses, those tiny connections between brain cells that allow them to talk to each other, and they have more just overall brain flexibility. But between ages 0 and 5, there's a synaptic explosion where kids can create up to 1 million synapses per second. To put that in context, teens who are also experiencing massive brain development only create a fraction of that. 20-year-olds are mostly just maintaining what they got, and 50-year-olds only build these new types of connections if they try really, really hard, such as if they pick up another language. In other words, this is a one-time event where their brains are literally exploding with connections, each one of them ready, hungry for stimulation from the environment. So unlike adults, kids don't really have to try to learn. They just have to be around the information and their brain is going to clock it. Now, if early childhood is a synaptic explosion, then the teen years is the great implosion. During puberty, the brain enters its second and final wave of remodeling. But instead of making so many brand new connections, it ruthlessly, and I mean ruthlessly, shreds the connections it has. Now, why on earth would the brain do that? Oh, baby, when it comes to your brain, it's use it or lose it. The brain gets to a point where it's like, okay, you know that connection that we made with the Play-Doh that you picked up for 5 minutes 2 years ago? Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of that. You know that kid that you met last summer at your doctor's appointment in the kids' waiting area? Yeah, we can go ahead and get rid of that connection. We don't. Whatever pathways and connections the brain is not using gets dumped and it shrivels away. And then the brain insulates, it coats, it myelinates the connections that are left, which can make brain signaling up to 100 times faster. This is what gives those tiny adults a major cheat code. It supercharges brain speed and efficiency and gives teens an incredible window to master highly complex skills. So if a teen were to dive into music or coding, a sport or a second language, some project or passion, or really start to take life skills seriously, their brain will permanently wire those skills into the high-speed fiber optic pathways that it's actively building. So toddler brains are built to learn everything. Teen brains are biologically wired to master specific skills deeply, and nobody else's brain can come close.